Cultural perspectives, federal wrongs, and family dilemmas. Inequality and family spending. The rich dispose of their wealth improperly in some cases, but still have not seen how the poor have little physically to sustain their needs. Because of this injustice, others are left less financially stable, residing in an emptiness not found by others getting material gain. If wealthier citizens could contribute reasonable amounts of their excess wealth toward teaching the poorer among us how to prosper, this could be changed, and their own prosperity would improve. Learning about the social problem. The financial issues of this nation need to be resolved. Stopping the banking elite from creating currency by use of a debt-inducing banking system would be the really large task to undertake, but the well-being of our minds, wallets, nations, and the people's well-being are directly related to eliminating this evil practiced by the U.S. Treasury, the Federal Reserve System, banking, and the IRS. Ethical issue. Some problem with the banking system is that the system takes our efforts, physical, energy, time, and hopes for the future because of the unfair rules and deviant plans, drawing us straight into a type of black hole that produces a downward spiral because policies are not based on God-given human rights or values. Meanwhile, parents are still trying to teach the children of this day and age what America means by love and history, so that the children after them will have a full understanding of the rule book for protecting and preserving their family line and the nation. So hopefully we would choose against allowing supposed authorities making up arbitrary financial rules for us to live by as they go along. Viewpoint concerning finances. Would you like to sign this petition supporting the fair tax, which would eliminate the IRS? Nah, I'd rather give Uncle Sam 36 cents of every dollar I earn instead of 23 cents of every dollar I spend. Welfare of the banks versus the people issue. The American banking system created by the Federal Reserve is something similar to creating retaining walls formed against the American people to dwindle their life's energy into enriching the hidden shareholders who unfairly profit from the unethical practices of the banks. We Americans have a national debt created by the demanded IOUs, backed by the computer numbers only and not real money, and bonds that we are expected to pay on is opposed to the viewpoint of citizens financially escalating upward toward owning our own lives and maintaining our understanding how to create an appreciation of history and to create a more correctly functioning future generation instead of investing ourselves in how to focus on enhancing sound judgment of our children against evil practices, or even relearning from our forefathers how to better implement protections such as originally outlined in the Constitution. The current banking system is perverting the important sense of values and principles this nation was founded on day by day, without creating a recollection of right comprehension of how finances work. It seems as if these institutes will divert them from understanding the concept of what it is to be a nation of free people. This could be happening in the minds of our children even right now. Where the American dollar circulates. Toleration of cash benefits. While the U.S. seemed to have the least public affair issues, other countries cannot be found able to afford giving every child access to food, shelter, and health care. While it supports children as a societal good, the United States still exhausts American workers' dollars while aiding emergency family needs at 1.3% of its national percent of wealth each year. Constructionism. If one were to critically analyze the clues mentioned about the Federal Reserve System and address the not mentioned tax issues and military spending cuts needed to produce a less damaging society, we would still need to search out a resolution for budget cuts by changing our national habits, spending, and meeting financial responsibilities. The conclusion: people need to change what they think. Find out what a man thinks and cares to understand, and you'll find money mattered only to the man who didn't have enough money to meet his own financial obligation failures, while somehow succeeding to pay his fraudulently created taxes before his own time ran out to do so, and the authorities came to take him for not paying fraudulently created, non-constitutionally intended taxes before his own time ran out to do so. And the authorities came to get him, or to confiscate his property before he could prevent that. It has happened. My dad had a friend that way. By paying an IRS tax created originally as a complement to the Federal Reserve shell game, Ponzi scheme, use of a "we'll create money to loan at interest out of nothing" banking system that has caused the robbery of American citizens' prosperity for over 100 years. For over 100 years. Children should succeed at discovering the truths our nation was founded on. I also concluded that the spending cuts could make a difference if the rich would take a vacation from material investments to instead invest their hearts by teaching the poverty-stricken how to catch the fish so that they could put a halt to simply handing out the fish to them. I'd also like to thank my dad for helping me put the context and better wording together in this video and the time that people have spent with me on sharing on this information. Thank you very much, and I hope that my presentation was appropriate and put together correctly.